Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a dumbbell cross-body clean and press, and that video is coming up right now. The dumbbell cross-body clean and press. This is one of my favorite exercises. I used to program it all the time when I was back in London, and then sort of forgot about it, and now it's back in my programming, and I'm really glad it is. So you need a dumbbell lightish because this is quite a tempo heavy exercise, and we want it to go with a bit of pace. Pace isn't a word I like using too much, or speed when I'm getting people to work with weights, because generally that can lead to sort of some kind of twisting, some kind of jerking or anything like that. Obviously we're trying to avoid that, so make sure your form is best before you start adding in that pace. But again, we want a slightly light dumbbell than a real heavy one, depending on your ability, and we're going to go with that. Obviously, like with all exercises, we want to increase the weight over time. Okay, so you're going to line up the dumbbell right between the middle of your feet, okay? Right between the middle of your feet. Then we're going to come down, I'm going to grab it with my right hand, I'm going to come down with a nice neutral spine, so I'm almost in a deadlift position there. Let me just show you the side of that. I'm here, this is where I'm taking the weight from, this position here. Nice neutral spine, shoulders above hips. No, I'm not squatting, I'm more in a deadlift type position. And then from there, I'm going to grab the dumbbell, and then here, the aim is to come up, send the elbow out. I'm doing this in slow motion for you. Rotate it up, and then take it into an overhead press. Now I have to be very careful that I don't put a hole in the roof, hence I'm doing it so slowly. Hopefully you, not being 6'4", if you're not 6'4", we'll obviously not have to worry about that, but just check your ceiling clearance before you do it. So we're taking the elbow out. What I always say to clients with this part of the exercise is I want you to imagine someone stood here and you're like elbowing them in the chin, okay? Please don't elbow people in the chin, but that's what we're looking for. We're gonna come up to here, then rotate up, and then the finished position, let me bring my arm down, is straight line. So it's wrist, elbow, shoulder, like so. And this is what it looks like in real time. And then you just float the weight up and down. Yeah, the overhead press side of things is actually really quite easy because you're using the tempo from the squat to help just float that dumbbell up. You see some people when they're doing it, they'll come here, they'll get to here, and then they'll think, oh God, I've got to lift it. They'll get it to here, then they'll think, I've got to press it. And that's a lot more tiring than kind of using the momentum of the dumbbell to make it work for you. Okay, let me show you the other side. See, I'm just driving the elbow up and over into here. This is like my checkpoint position. Once I'm there, I know I can just float it up and rest it up above my head before I bring it back down. And you can see the kind of tempo I'm after. I'm touching it back to the floor each time. And I'm just coming down, across the body, and up into an overhead press position to finish. And that is the dumbbell clean and press. Please try and, you might need to break the exercise down to begin with and do it quite slowly to begin with. That's fine, but one of the key things I tell clients when I see them kind of slowing it down in that manner is I ask them to just thread all the movements together. Okay, so you just want to dovetail all the movements. So really, you're not thinking about it as like all these separate points once you're confident enough to go. What you're thinking about it as is one full movement from the floor to above the head. And I don't ever stop moving until I'm in this position, and then I bring it back down. And you'll notice when I bring it back down, I lead with the dumbbell and I go down exactly the same way I stood up. What I'll do is I'll just show you the side position as well, so you can see that elbow movement here, where that finishes with a dumbbell. So I'm going to be here, bang, and then up like so. And that is the dumbbell clean and press. Hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks so much for being here. I'll speak to you real soon. Ciao, ciao.